everybody, this is Ricky and Kayla sitting here next to me. We left yesterday at about 2:45 from Orlando, right after Kayla got out of school. And we are headed to Death Valley, California. We are going to go with Modern Jeeper and that crew from the forum. We got Dale Albright, Corey Osborne, and Jesse, and them guys are all going to be out there, and gals. Then we got about 6 or 7 other people that are going to meet us. But we decided to leave Tuesday because I was planning on leaving on Wednesday at 6 in the morning, but it would have only given me about a 42-hour time frame to make a 40-hour trip. And with this Gladiator getting about 12 to 13 miles to the gallon, I didn't foresee us making the trip in that time frame. Having to stop about every 260, 280 miles for fuel. So decided to leave a little bit earlier. Drove till midnight on last night and tried to sleep until about 3 o'clock. It got really cold. It was in the 30s last night, so we stopped somewhere in Louisiana. I don't even remember where it was at. And then got up at 3, and then I drove till about 5:45 and couldn't handle it no more, so I took about a 15-minute nap real quick at a gas station. Got up about 6, filled up, and then we hit the road again. So we are now, it is 2:30 basically Eastern Standard Time, and we are just on the other, we're just west of, I guess it's Decatur, Texas. I usually call it Decatur for some reason, so it's all good. Yep, having a good time so far. Good trip so far. The Gladiator's doing great. Don't have the 10 on the top anymore, so I figured I'd get worse fuel mileage if I left that on there. Sorry, that's our Flowmaster intake on this thing. Is pretty loud. I'm sure you can hear it. Hey everyone, so it's Thursday morning. It's 11 o'clock y'all's time, usually over there on the East Coast. It's 9 o'clock. We are on our way to Vegas from coming up from Flagstaff, Arizona. Weather's all been really cool. Like what I said on the last post, we left, it started raining in Claremont, rained for most of the way. Then we started getting the awesome weather somewhere around Mobile, and it stayed pretty nice all through Texas. Really hot during the day and everything, all the weather was great, and then stayed last night just west of Albuquerque. I stopped at midnight again and only slept till 3. Woke up, it was about 37 degrees, and then we took off, and not soon after that started snowing like crazy. So we'll have some pictures of that. And it was cold, 28 degrees, and it was pretty gnarly storms. And then get out of Flagstaff, head up into Nevada, and weather's beautiful out. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's pretty nice out here compared to what we were facing with this morning. Snow, and roads were wet, and snow on the ground and everything like that, which always makes it fun. But like I said, we're making good timing. We're supposed to be pulling into Lone Pine around noon. We may end up making some pit stops, maybe go by the Hoover Dam. We're about 38 miles out from there, so making good timing, so we may end up going there so Kayla can see that and enjoy the rest of the day, get to the hotel, and probably get a good night's sleep. I'll probably be in bed by 7, and we got to wash the truck. The Gladiator's got to get washed because of snow, obviously, you know how that goes. It's all over everything, all the crud from the road. So Corey and them are probably just now getting off the trail, I'm sure sometime today, and we'll see them later this evening. So I'll keep you guys up to date on another one here later on. So we are down at the Vegas Strip now, taking Kayla to see it. She's never been down here. We started down at the Fremont side, the original part, and took Kayla by Pawn Stars so she could see that place. Got a picture there. Now we're just running down all the way down the Strip. We're gonna go all the way down to the Vegas sign, and then we will make our way to the final part of our trip. I think it's about 3 hours to Lone Pine, where we're meeting all the other guys. Good morning, everybody. This is Friday morning. We are in California, Lone Pine, and we are just had our driver's meeting. We aired down our Jeeps, did everything we needed to do. We are currently running 20 psi in the on all the Jeeps, and we are headed to Cerro Gordo, which is a fat hill, is what they consider it up here. It's an old ghost town up there, and it's changed ownership, so we are going up there, and hopefully the new owner's there so we can we're going to the top of there, and we are out of service in a few seconds, so we'll have our inReach on, which everybody can follow us. Well, this is the valley of the road that takes us up to Cerro Gordo. You guys can see Corey up ahead of me. He's in his Gladiator. I got Aaron behind me, and then Scott in a TJ. Aaron's got a JL, the Metal Cloak JL, and then Scott's behind us in a TJ, and then Dell's behind that, his tail gunner in the TJ in Old Red with his trailer. So we are headed up the trail here up to Cerro Gordo, and this is just one of the valleys. Pretty cool area, man, but we were just down at the salt flats, and now we're going up a valley up to an old ghost town up here. There's cables and all kinds of stuff on the side of this road on the way up, so pretty cool sight so far, and we're just getting started.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Kayla's gonna go ahead and do a zoom around while I speak, and she can go ahead and show you guys some stuff. We did make it up to Cerro Gordo, and we are doing the tour, so Kayla, go ahead and pan around and let them see the town. The hotel and the bar are not here any longer because they burnt down last June. But you guys can see all this stuff going on, and a lot of history here for sure. Dell's been coming up here. Dell Albright has been coming up here for about 37 years, he said. So we'll keep showing you guys around. I'll come back on.
Gonna make this out.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, this will be the bunkhouse, the clubs.
You can rent out the bunkhouse?
That'd be fun. For your old cooking stuff.
Awesome stove. Can't imagine the year that was out. This is a 6-bedroom bunkhouse that they're fixing back up for people to be able to come out and enjoy.
This is awesome.
I've heard that the back left room is the haunted one. I don't know.
They say this was the haunted room in the day. Oh, is it really?
She could not go in there.
Oh, and then let's go outside.
She had another experience.
branch. Probably young, he's on the end of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Crucible.
Get out of the way so you guys can clean it.
All right, boys, I'm gonna fix it on the end of the little bit.
Here, go over here. Shoot this one.
Down the barrel.
Yeah, so like literally a field of these out back.
Had ores that would assay up to $300 in value. And so the way they determined that was through core samples, or like about 5 pounds of this stuff that came out. I mean, it wasn't always in this form, but mainly this stuff came out. Core samples would be crushed. Oh, open that. Go ahead. Okay. Forgot you didn't notice this one. But so they would crush it, pulverize it, try to get it as fine as possible. They would put it in a crucible crucibles like these that were imported from Wales, England. And then they would, so like they had 2 of these guys, oh, the furnace over here, in each side of those smelter chimneys. And they had the billows and all of that. So they would put these crucibles in there as the first part of the process, to try to see what was in that core sample. Then they would pull it out and pour it over something like this. And they would end up with something like that, which again, that's the silver lead galena that would come out of the Union mine. And then they would, from that, they would cut a piece of it, as much as they could from that, and then put it in an even smaller one, and then refine it even some more. And yeah, they would turn out with something like that, and that they would be able to tell you how much your ore was, like how much silver was in it, how much lead was in it. Then that's how you found out how much money you basically had with your mining claim. That one has a little bit of gold in it because that came from like that part of town.
Oh, gotcha.
And there is some gold on that part of it. No one really ever mined for it because it's not what you really found. Like the veins that they were finding were like silver, lead, and zinc. And so gold was never really like pulled out here much, but it was found in certain areas of these mountains. In fact, there is a mining company that's looking into that. K2 Gold is looking over at what's called the Conglomerate Mesa out that way. And they're considering open pit mining. I mean, they already went through BLM, and I think they're approving that, but we'll see if that happens.
I mean, this kind of an office. Then, when folks would bring in a core sample, was there a charge for them to go? Okay, hey, what is this worth? Was there like, it had to be? I mean,
yeah, it was so like all the assay buildings were independently owned by different assayers. So the reason why they had different ones is because you had to get it evaluated by different people, so that there wasn't much like what do you call it, like fraud going on.
Right. This one guy going, hey, this isn't worth anything.
Yeah.
Where's your stuff at?
Right. So that's why they did it. But yeah, they were independent. They were paid by like whoever owned that mining claim. And then that's when they developed like the smelters up here. They had 2 down, one in Swansea and one in Keeler as well. But like the ones up here, they would use them for like immediate, just to check.
To know.
Drill, and then the guys hammering it. So it's like quarter turn hammer, quarter turn hammer, quarter turn hammer, and that's how they would make the holes to be able to like get core samples out and also blast it. That was the first wave of that. Then eventually they brought this Widowmaker up, and so what this was. Way this was used was they would with water and steam, and they would just drill straight into a wall and make. I don't know if we have any. So essentially, there's a wall here. They would open it enough so that they can stick the dynamite in, blast it, and they had these people who were called muckers, and so they would just clean everything out, and then they would go back in and do it again, do the process all over again. They call this a Widowmaker because it would just basically push everything that was coming out from the rock into your face. And so, you know, a lot of people hear about like black lung and white lung, and so that stuff was what was coming back towards the towards the miner's face. And so I think what do they say? Old at 30 and dead by 40 was what mining was back in the day.
Well, the guy's smacking a hammer and holding the drill bit, like that's a pretty tight relationship there.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, yeah, you hit my hands again, I'm gonna be done, and you know, yeah.
Well, there was a lot of that back in the day for sure. There was a lot of just people losing their fingers and.
Kayla's gonna go try her first outhouse. We'll see how that comes out. Literally. The old pot. This is all the stuff that these guys are finding as they are cleaning up this area. Look at all the jacks. For you guys wanting to know more information, there's a Friends of Cerro Gordo. Because if I don't roll my R's, my Spanish friends are gonna rag on me, right? But no, Friends of Cerro Gordo is a website where you can go and help Brent and his crew. Brent's the new owner, where we can go and help him so we can preserve this history of this place. Old smelter.
Little smelter, that's what I wanted to say.
It's for the horses, the mules.
Yeah.
Single tree? This is a single tree, is that what they called it? Johnny, do you know?
You probably know more about that.
Single tree harness for a horse and like. Here, oh, thank you.
And when he came up, he had a stakeholder partnership in the Union mine, and this was basically where everything was coming out of. Even after the silver boom, it was the zinc era, and LD Gordon was going in there. And I'll show you a picture of that when we get to the general store. The biggest mining operation up here, biggest producer of silver, lead in California, and then also biggest producer of zinc in I think all of the U.S. in 1905. So
Cool.
I was gonna speak some, guys, but I'm still trying to catch my breath from the hike up. We're about at 6,800 or more feet, and not exactly in the best of shape, although around is a shape, but you know what I mean. So trying to catch my breath, so I was gonna let him talk, and we're gonna go ahead and go in the mine. Or in the building, not the mine, sorry.
You can see this last time. 10 feet down. This is what we do when we want to pump the water out. When the water comes up all the way through here, and that's when we know that it's coming out. Right now it is frozen, I believe. Will be. So this Union mine used to go down during the silver era, 1,100 feet, during the zinc era, just to 900. And
Straight down?
Straight down.
Oh my goodness.
And so every 100 feet, different level. You basically in that mine, when the spider web's off, you go in, you follow a vein, if it fits in a stope, you put it in a chute, take it down to whatever 100 level you're at, 200, 550, whatever, and you push it into this cage. And so a lot of the tracks are still down there. There's a lot of collapse down there, so you can't really explore all of it. There's actually a pretty good video of the whole exploration of the Union Mine, and you can see that, I mean, this whole town had about 30 miles of mining underneath it.
40
And-
miles?
30?
Oh, 30, I'm sorry.
And I mean, this was most of it. Some of it went out. So there were actual tunnels. Now they don't really exit anywhere. This is the entrance and the exit. And yeah, they would push it out. You can see the tracks would go out that way. They would take it out and start basically taking it down to like Maintown, and then from there, that's when Remy Nadeau's transportation team took over.
Big steam boiler back there, they're using the power the same up to go up and down.
Yeah, so I'll show you a lot of the equipment is on that side. I'll show you that.
This is the winch that controls the basket to go down into the mine.
If you go over here, you can see the stuff that used to be used for it, and now we just use a hydraulic compressor hand brake, and I can just kind of show you really quickly how we do it. So I won't turn it on because it's really loud. Well, I'll turn it on and then turn it off. So that's how we turn this thing on, and then take this brake lock out. We use the hand brake and we use this lever. And so you can kind of gauge based on that where the cage is. Usually we mark with a yellow marker. We marked on this cable to be precise on the cable here. You can't see it right now on the cable because it's like once all the cable is kind of off of it, that's when you see those markers. But so you up is down and down is up, and you look at this and you look at the pressure and how much up. You want to go really slow, and you basically just notice if this starts making a little bit of a rattle, just pull on the brake a little bit, you slowly let off again, and then you just kind of smooth it out, the ride out. And it's easier to understand when you see someone operating, so that's how I learned. Like the guy that was operating it, he's the head crane operator for the LADWP out here in Inyo County. And I just watched them several times do it when we first started working on this.
So it's not just like on and off, there's like some finesse.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Huh. Ah, wow.
When you guys go down, do you have to get a permit to go down?
No.
You really want to?
Yes. And we try not to do it because, again, this is all like 150-year-old equipment.
Right. Yeah.
So we only do it when we absolutely need to. We haven't gone down other than trying to get the water working. And then so like if you've seen some of Brent's videos, he has gone down and like he spent a night in the Union Mine. And so, but that was because that weekend we were working on the water. So like we had to go down one day and we knew we would have to go down again the next day. So he just said, you know what, I'm gonna go down, stay the night, and then get out when you guys come back. But as far as like mine exploration, nothing really happens here unless like we're working on something. So like the guys that work with
So Corey has gotten to see this in the hotel before, but this is what happened after the fire. This is what's all that's left. See how hot it got?
That's a little warm. When it melts in an oven, that's the problem.
added, but like there used to be a wall here, and you can still see the square nails right on that. And so it's a little bit messy, but this is where I stay right here.
Okay.
Obviously,
There you go, baby.
Liquid death is... Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh my, that's cute.
This is like I feel like I'm inside this guy's house. Liquid death, so I'm trying to murder your thirst.
12:40 in the afternoon, and we are just now leaving Cerro Gordo and the American Hotel. It's the old mine. We got to travel through the Union Mine and see all the other buildings. But we are now headed down to try to make up some time because the tour took a little bit longer. We're heading, I think, to Darwin, but there's the old lake bed that they still do salt, still mining the salt and stuff, and amongst other things, I'm sure. But there's Corey down there. Kind of chilly. It's 48, windy, but it's so brisk up here. No humidity. I know most people do the selfies stuff. I'm not big on it, so kind of scare myself on the screen, so I figured I'd turn it around and videotape forward and you guys can see some of the scenery.
Yeah, it's good to go walk.
So we are in China Garden. That's what they call this place. Corey is fixing to take us somewhere. As you can see, it's all green out in the middle of nowhere. We are hiking now. Now I see it. Check it out.
So 100 years ago, when the Chinese and Japanese were up here helping build some of these roads and doing a lot of the mining, there was a Japanese cook that brought some koi fish. One of the crew he was working for, guy had a thing for koi fish, and of course it was thought to bring the miners good luck. So they found this spring, and they had a bunch of koi fish up here. And then over the years, somebody had brought in a couple of goldfish. So these are actually ancestors and descendants of that original group of fish. Now there's friends of China Garden who come up and take care of the fish, but they're here year round. They live in this little spring out in the middle of the desert.
Of the desert. Just
That's crazy.
Pretty, yeah.
We have made it to our first campsite. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath again. As y'all can see, we are set up. That's Aaron from Metal Cloak. That's our site now. Corey's right there. Dell. And Scott's over here. Historic site. And it's basically an adopted cabin, Corey was telling me. So you get here, you put the flag up. Lets people know you're here. And it's all set up. Pretty cool place out in the middle of nowhere. Pretty neat. It's got games, cards, Scrabble. A room with sleeping pads already on it with some cots. This must be a storage room. Simmons Beauty Rest ad. It's even got a bathroom. Shower that probably hasn't been used in quite a while. Journal. Everybody signs off in. It's pretty cool. Bunch of old memorabilia. The old mines are up here too. You still can see those. We're gonna go up there here in a minute. Badass place to be camping for our first night so far. So there's a bunch of mines up here. They're open here, not like in Colorado. So you can see where the tram came down.
We're going this way.
You can see the,
We'll see that place from inside 2 levels down once we get way back in
look
here.
at that down there.
Oh, that's cool.
You guys can see
There's
it.
a bunch of ladders on it.
Oh, yeah.
So shoot in there.
This hole.
Yeah, that's that one.
Yeah, burlap sack. All right, now you guys really be careful. Watch where you're putting your feet. Look at that. So those tracks that we just saw that came in,
Yep.
they end up down that level. We'll get to that level back here.
Oh, so we're going across these?
Hug the wall.
So now,
This wood's all wood rate, all weight limit, huh? Wow.
now we're in the big room.
You guys can see this.
Oh my god.
So that doesn't go back very far, but
As I'm trying to record and cross this wood and stuff.
Dad, you
But y'all can see the ladders.
You're gonna fall.
so this
You see where Corey's
this
at.
hole actually goes down to this other room that we'll go down to. If you can see, I put my light. Well, you can't really see the light. Can you see the light on there?
Hang on, yeah.
See that hole right
Yeah.
there? This is one big room. So we can go down there. So that ladder right in front of Kayla there. If you want to hold this.
Oh, we're going down the ladder?
Sure.
Oh.
How far do you guys want to go? Like I said,
we didn't come here to go sit in the Jeep.
Oh.
So don't shine the light in his face.
Sorry.
it's okay.
Oh my god.
Corey's going down one level.
So you can actually see if you could look at that tunnel on the other side.
Yeah, you can see the. Turn around and do it. Y'all can see Corey's lighting up down there. Oh, Kayla. This is my talented kid.
That's my sister. I want to come to
All right, guys, I'm going to have to put the camera down because I'm going to go back, but I'll be back on. Thanks for watching, everyone. We will be doing Death Valley March 2021 Day 2 in the next few days, and we'll have it on our channel. Please make sure you follow us and subscribe to our channel and like our video so we can keep doing this. Thank you.